Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah Chrisley gets ripped for hypocrisy post. Chrisley knows best alum. Savannah Chrisley got ripped by fans when she posted about accountability, as it seemed like hypocrisy. She spends a lot of time declaring Julie and Todd Chrisley's innocence, considering there was a huge amount of evidence used to convict them of fraud and tax offenses. Savannah Chrisley keeps her head up. It can't be easy being for Todd and Julie's family members. Most people would feel massively embarrassed if their parents went to prison, especially as they profess to be big Christians. However, it seems that adult children, Savannah and Chase, won't lower their eyes in shame. The only one who looks uncomfortable about it is Grayson. He's also the least vocal. Savannah Chrisley keeps her head up and fights back. She fights for better prison conditions, and she fights for her parents to come home. However, the more she fights, the less Chrisley knows best critics like her. Mostly, they'd like to see remorse from Todd Chrisley's family. However, as they blame the court, IRS employees, and a former business manager, it might be a long wait for a sorry to escape their lips. Chrisley knows best critics rip hypocrisy. While many fans of the canceled show stand with Todd and Julie and their family, a forum on Reddit attracts those who believe that the court made the right decision. For them, the mountain of evidence during the trial proved that Todd and Julie Chrisley were guilty of fraud and tax offenses. So, they hate that they don't take accountability for their crimes. After Savannah posted about accountability on Instagram, a screenshot arrived, and she was ripped for hypocrisy. The OP said. Savannah Chrisley found herself at the center of social media backlash once again this week, and this time, it wasn't because of a questionable outfit or reality TV drama. It was a single Instagram post, intended, perhaps, as a moment of reflection, that instead turned into a viral firestorm, with fans accusing the Chrisley knows best star of blatant hypocrisy. It started innocently enough. On a sunny Tuesday morning, Savannah posted a filtered photo of herself sipping an oat milk latte on a rooftop lounge in downtown Nashville, clad in designer athleisure, with a glowing caption. "Let's remember to stay humble. God gives us our blessings, but He can take them away. Be kind. Stay grounded. Hashtag gratitude, hashtag faith, hashtag humbled heart." The backlash came swiftly. Within minutes, comments flooded the post. "Girl, you're sitting on a rooftop wearing $900 sneakers talking about being humble," one follower wrote. "Your parents are in prison. Maybe take a break from preaching," another snapped. "You're always humbled until someone criticizes you. Then it's full glam, full ego, and full block mode," another fan fired off. Savannah, no stranger to online controversy, has weathered plenty of social media storms before. But this one felt different. The comments weren't just snide remarks. They were deeply frustrated. Fans pointed to a long pattern of contradictions in her behavior. Critics cited everything from Savannah's soft launch of a luxury skincare line, complete with an expensive influencer party, to her earlier statements about being the sole caretaker of her younger brother Grayson and niece Chloe. Many questioned how she reconciled those claims with her jet-setting lifestyle and podcast appearances, where she often shares glam shots and expensive beauty routines. Every other week, it's a sermon on sacrifice and family values. One Reddit thread read. The next, she's on a yacht sipping rosé. It's exhausting. And things didn't calm down when Savannah doubled down in her Instagram stories later that evening. In what many called a defensive rant, Savannah wrote, "I'm not perfect, never claimed to be, but I'm trying to be a light in a dark world. If that bothers you, unfollow. The negativity in my comments says more about you than me. Rather than quiet the storm, it fanned the flames." She literally pulled the "if you don't like it, unfollow me" card, tweeted one follower. That's influencer code for
Others
"I don't
took
want
issue
you" with her
criticism.
continued use of religious language to bolster her image. Savannah has long branded herself as a woman of faith, often quoting scripture and speaking about God's plan in interviews. but after her family's highly publicized fraud conviction, which led to both Todd and Julie Chrisley being sentenced to prison. Many fans feel her public persona doesn't match the behind-the-scenes reality. "Stop using God as your PR manager," another commenter wrote. "Your parents committed crimes. You benefited. Stop pretending like you're some kind of spiritual martyr." In fact, several social media users pulled up old clips of Savannah's podcast Unlocked, where she insisted that the Chrisley family had done nothing wrong and that the justice system had failed them. Those statements, paired with this latest humble and blessed messaging, seem to finally push fans past the point of patience. Even some longtime supporters began to waver. "I've followed Savannah since the early days," one Instagram user wrote. "But this post hit me wrong. It's like she wants to preach humility while living in a completely different world than the people she's preaching to. It feels fake." To add fuel to the fire, a fan page reshared photos of Savannah attending a luxury brand event in Los Angeles just days before her Stay Humble post. The comments were brutal. "What exactly are you humbled by? The private jet ride?" Her version of struggle is not getting the full set of Fenty lip glosses before the shoot. She's living in a parallel reality and trying to sound relatable. As the criticism mounted, Savannah remained largely silent on her main feed. The post stayed up. No edits, no comments turned off, which surprised some fans who expected a quick delete or apology. Meanwhile, social media analysts noted this wasn't just a random pile-on. It was the result of a growing dissonance between Savannah's brand and her behavior. She's tried to straddle the line between influencer, reality star, and spiritual guide, explained pop culture writer Tory Banks. But when your personal life includes luxury vacations, legal drama, and sponsored content, the audience starts to see through the curated messages, especially when you're constantly preaching humility while flaunting excess. One particularly viral TikTok, viewed more than 700,000 times, mashed together clips of Savannah's faith-based quotes with footage of her unboxing luxury handbags, complete with the caption, "When your version of struggle is skipping one Pilates class." Despite the criticism, Savannah still has her defenders. She's young, she's been through a lot, and she's doing her best, one supporter posted. "We don't know the full story of what she's dealing with behind the scenes." But even those voices were drowned out by a tidal wave of frustration. And as the post continued to trend across platforms, it became clear that Savannah's attempt at inspiring faith and humility had completely backfired. By the end of the day, she was no longer trending for her skincare brand or podcast, but for being yet another example of a celebrity accused of losing touch. As for Savannah, the rooftop photo remains, the latte long finished. And somewhere behind those rose gold sunglasses, perhaps, a reality star wonders how to win back the audience she once had wrapped around her perfectly manicured finger.